It was a cool, windy day around Colorado. We saw temperatures dip into the 60s today, but brace yourself, change is on the way, as it often is when it comes to weather here. Denver is now preparing for the first hard freeze. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Phil Lipoff.
I'm Kim Christensen. Temperatures expected to drop below freezing tomorrow morning. Let's bring in senior meteorologist Chris Bianchi. So it's going to get cold. It's going to feel really cold after what we've had.
Yeah, it's kind of feeling that way now, isn't it? Even though those temperatures aren't there yet, we're getting that kind of moody look to the sky, plus those gusty winds. So we're starting to get there. This is Akron right now, where, by the way, wouldn't be surprised at a few places, including Akron and Washington County, if we see a few flakes flying later on tonight. Maybe a flake or two here in Denver, most likely not. Here in the metro area, we're mostly in the 50s for us, and a little rain cooled out at the airport, 49 for us. We're seeing that snow for us along the I-70 corridor and points north. That snow steady and heavy at times for us. Now, I've been looking at those webcams here. Excuse me, those webcams are showing mostly wet roadways, which is some good news for now. However, keep in mind, sunset about an hour out, and that's going to make those roadways a bit slicker, and that I-70 corridor a bit slick for us right now. A few rain showers for us here in the Denver area. Starting to see a little steadier rain out by Arvada, Wheat Ridge, and Golden. We'll see that rain pick up as we head over the next couple of hours. And then we've got that hard freeze to talk about, our first hard freeze of the season for many of us along the I-25 corridor. I'll tell you about it in a few minutes.
All right, Chris, thank you. Greeley police releasing some body camera footage showing the moment an officer's gun goes off while he was just helping arrest somebody.
The incident happened in July. 9 News Northern Colorado reporter Amanda Gilbert breaks down the video and gives us a closer look at what happened.
Newly released body camera footage shows the moment Greeley officers arrested a man early July.
Is there anyone else in the house?
Ted Epperson is not connected to this case, but he's a former chief of police, and he wrote a book about police discipline.
Down on one knee.
He reviewed the video and first noticed the suspect obeying officers.
Interlace your fingers on top of your head.
He backed up, he put his hands on top of his head. So you have a very compliant person, and the person who then is handcuffed, and here's a gunshot go off.
Anyone else in the house?
You know, they're sort of shocked, surprised.
Whoa, what was that?
Another angle likely shows where the bullet hit.
Is there anyone else in the house?
I'd want to know more reasons why the officer had the high-powered rifle.
Epperson says one of two things happened here.
Firearms only go off, one, if there's a malfunction, or two, there is a finger on the trigger.
He feels one is more likely.
So all the accidental shooting cases that I've looked at over my career, over 45 years, I just don't recall when there was a malfunction of a firearm.
Investigators say both the other officer and suspect were hit by debris. They were medically cleared at the scene. The video ends with a question.
You shoot?
I did reach out to Greeley police. They said that suspect you saw getting arrested was booked into jail on assault, false imprisonment, and other charges. And the officer who discharged did return to normal duty in accordance with department protocols as the investigation continued. In Greeley, Amanda Gilbert, 9 News.
Now that the investigation is complete, we reached out to Greeley police with follow-up questions today, and we're still waiting to hear back. Epperson says usually departments have to review training and protocols in place when something like this happens.
The vandalism of an LGBTQ plus community center in Denver over the weekend was not an isolated incident. At least 2 other businesses serving that community reported similar damage over the past few days. These incidents came to light after vandalism was captured by a security camera at the center on Colfax. An organization that monitors these kind of incidents says as many as 5 other businesses reported similar vandalism. That includes a building in Rhino where someone smashed 2 windows and a large overhead door and damaged several others. At a barbershop near the University of Denver, someone shattered a window where a pride flag was hanging. Denver police say they are still investigating this. Coming up tonight at 6 on Next with Kyle Clark, we're going to hear from some of the businesses impacted.
Right now, the Arapahoe County Sheriff's Office is asking for help tracking down a different vandalism suspect. They posted photos to social media. The Sheriff's Office says this man is a suspect in a vandalism case at Trupp Park in Bennett. The first incident happened October 15th, about 6:40 in the evening. The second one a few days later, October 22nd, just after 6. If you recognize him or the car right there, the Sheriff's Office would love to hear from you.
The two people killed in that plane crash near the Erie Municipal Airport last weekend have now been identified. The Weld County Coroner's Office have identified the victims as 22-year-old Niles Tillenius of California and 21-year-old William Johnston of Florida. Their single-engine plane crashed October 19th, just east of the runway. Right now, it's still not clear why that crash happened. The NTSB, of course, is leading the investigation.
Boulder County deputies have arrested a man accused of opening fire during a road rage incident on Highway 36. The sheriff's office says it happened Saturday night near McCaslin Boulevard. They say both drivers were traveling to Denver when one of the men pulled out a gun and fired, shattering the other driver's side window, injuring them. Deputies tracked down the suspect and identified him as Cameron Jackson. He's now facing charges, including second-degree assault with a weapon.
Today, local leaders and community members said the new Family Justice Center, set to serve Adams and Broomfield counties, is on track to open in 2026. Advocates say it'll offer survivors of domestic violence access to legal help, counseling, safety services, all under one roof. Democratic District Attorney Brian Mason says the project shows the community is united in bringing help and justice to survivors and their families.
I'm so proud that in this community, we have a coalition of people, from elected officials to nonprofit organizations to law enforcement to even the business community, who care about serving domestic violence victims here in Adams and Broomfield counties. We've needed something like this for a long time. Now we're doing it.
It's still not clear exactly when the new facility will open. In the meantime, anyone in need of service can visit the Adams County Human Service Center in Westminster, where the temporary space is already operating out of.
Right now, Denver residents are giving feedback on Democratic Mayor Mike Johnston's proposed 2026 spending plan. A public hearing with Denver City Council is happening at this hour. Last week, Johnston had submitted his budget proposal to council for a second look. He added $4 million in funding to address several council priorities like rental assistance and immigrant legal services. That brings the city's proposed spending plan to just over $1.5 billion.
Here's a reminder for you. This is your final reminder to get your ballots in ahead of next week's election. Today is the last day to mail them if you want them to get there on time. If you do forget to mail your ballot, you can also drop it off in a drop box in your county. You can also vote in person. You have until 7 p.m. on November 4th to get your ballot turned in. According to the Secretary of State's office, more than 400,000 Coloradans have already voted in this year's election so far.